What up, man?
I'm here for a reason, to deliver a message, and I'm gonna articulate it the best way I can to you. But I am gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I am not sparing. I can't help how people feel in life, right? Anybody?
Oh Lord.
Here you go.
Don't worry. I don't. Me that.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. What up, Nines? Appreciate y'all. Gary, my 33 brother. What up, though? Appreciate you, Nine. Commander, the Minister, the General Defense is in the building. What up, Nine? Hey, I ain't gonna be on too long tonight, but it was something touching my heart. A couple things, right? Can't grow roses in the sandbox, right? Okay, yeah. I see it say literally roses in a sandbox. It's supposed to be IN. I'll fix that later. But anyway, you can't do it, right? My grandmother used to tell me that. And she said, even if you take some roses and put them in the sandbox, they go die, right? Because that's not an environment they can thrive in. Dee. You know, the sandbox is not an environment that a rose can thrive in. When she told me that, I was young. I'm literally thinking of what she's saying. Like, who would try to grow roses in a sandbox? I'm like, duh, grandma. Why would I try to do that, right? It was a metaphor. Because at that particular time in my life, I was trying to change. I was trying to do better. I was trying to be better, you know, and I did. I moved out the hood. I was working a 9-to-5 job, good job. Had 401k, had insurance, had life insurance. A lot of stuff came. I had a lot of good perks working in the hospital, right? A lot of good perks. So I think I'm changing, right? No, because I kept going back to the hood. Even when I stopped going back to the hood, I was still hanging out with the people who was doing the things that I didn't do no more, right? There's no way I can grow in that environment. There's no way I can grow. You can grow roses amongst weeds, right? You can do that. But eventually the weeds go take over the rose. Right? Even if they both growing at the same time. You know, eventually the weeds go take over. That's why they call them weeds, right? Bud Files, what up, though? Appreciate you. I hope the family good. I hope y'all had a happy holiday. And I hope y'all moving forward to the next holiday. Have a blessed one, too, also. Appreciate you. But I said that to say this, right? Last night we talked about perception and perspective. And I'm going to give my perception and I'm going to give my perspective about my observation of this YouTube thing, right? My perception is this, right? The way I feel about it. I see a lot of good people. I say they're amongst weeds, right? I see a lot of roses amongst weeds. See, I see a lot of good people getting distracted, getting involved with, getting influenced, getting entangled with what will be considered the weeds of society, right? I'm just being honest, right? That's my perception. A lot of good people. This is my perspective. This social media gives you the opportunity to monetize yourself, right? We have the opportunity to monetize regular people, to get something like this 10, 15 years ago, you had to be famous, right? Now, this platform, these social media platforms can make someone famous, right? You used to have to go to Hollywood or New York. You had to be seen by somebody who knew somebody. Now you just got to get views. I want y'all to think about something when I say monetize, right? Because what are we entertained by? Me personally, I like karate movies. I like movies where cars and stuff blow up. I like that stuff, right? It's entertainment. I like documentaries. I like stuff about history. But today's climate violence, right? Violence is what's entertainment. Even MMA, boxing, football, all this is violence, man. That's what's being monetized. So when I tell you that people can monetize themselves on here, this is what I want y'all to know, and I want y'all to open your eyes to. This society loves drama. So now you got people who would 10, 15 years ago be called low character people. This would be the trash, the weeds of our society. Now they monetize. Clicks and views all on here now. You can be as nasty as you want. You can be as evil. You can be as diabolical. And you can get paid for that shit. You can get paid to be yourself, your nasty, despicable self. And that's what people are doing. And there's a bunch of roses on here getting caught up against these weeds. To do better, to get better in life, you have to do better. JW, what up, though? Appreciate you. I didn't even see you. My bad. What up, JW? You have to recognize things, right? It's nothing wrong with seeing the good in people, right? Nothing wrong with that. But a weed is a weed. That's what you need to recognize and understand. A weed is a weed. It ain't gonna be nothing else but a weed. And it's not about being better than someone, but God damn it, I'm gonna do better. I don't care if I'm better than someone, but I'm definitely gonna do the better. That's what I focus on, being better, a better version of myself today than I was yesterday. That's what I focus on, doing better. I don't care if people perspective of me is, oh, he think he better. It don't matter. If I'm doing better, then I am better. To get better, we have to do better. We can't put ourselves amongst weeds and we roses and complain that can't nobody see us. We can't complain roses and we put ourselves amongst weeds. We can't complain if the weeds start overtaking us. This is the thing, right? And I always say this. One or two things gonna happen. Either you're gonna influence or you're gonna be influenced. Right? One or two things gonna happen. Try to get away from it and tell me how that works. Show me that it works any different. I challenge anybody. Either you're gonna influence or you're gonna be influenced. So once I see I can't influence, I got to go. If I can't influence an environment, then I got to go. Because that environment is going to influence me. I know I'm on some righteous. I know I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. I have no malicious. I have no hate in my heart for no one. So if I can't go around spreading my love to people, if it ain't receptive, then that's the wrong place. That's it. Easy as that. Time to go. Time to go. I had a lot of people give me opportunities, right? And I'm blessed because I shut down a lot of opportunity, thinking like, oh, this person just trying to take advantage of me. This person go do this. This person go do that. That's how I used to think. That's a victim mentality. Always thinking somebody go do something to you because they being nice. Victim's mentality. I had to grow out of that and realize there are good people. But I've been through so many traumatic things. The people I almost been taken out, and it was by the people closest to me. So my perception was, if the people who say they love me will do this to me, what does a stranger go do? If I can't trust the people who love me, how can I trust a stranger? That's how I used to think. That's how beat down I was by the people who cared about me. How can someone love me that I don't know if the people who love me or the people I know don't love me? Tell me how that worked. I'll tell you how it worked, because they fucked up. Fucked up people is fucked up people. No matter if it's friends, family, your mama, your daddy, your if they fucked up, they fucked up. All right? We can't do nothing about that. But we can't let that traumatize us where we don't think that other people won't love us, won't care about us, won't try to help us. People always asking God for a blessing, and then God worked through man, and you turn that man down because you think this dude trying to get something from you, not knowing that God sent this person to your life. This person was going to answer the prayers that you was praying for, but you done turned it down because you traumatized. This is why it's important to heal. You know how hard it is? You know, if you understood the process I went through mentally and emotionally to open up to people in general, and people remind me why I shouldn't do that, right? I get reminded at times why I shouldn't open myself up, but I also get reminded why I should. Meeting people like Gary, meeting people like Tay, meeting people like Commander. That's what life is, duality. You go get some good, you go get some bad. Don't let the bad turn you away from the good, though. Don't do that. Just get the hell away from the bad. Be a rose. Don't be a weed. Don't be a weed, man. Don't be a weed. Who complaining, though? You know, it's not that people complaining. Is oftentimes I see problems and I know the solution, but I understand the solution. A lot of times when people have problems, they want it fixed a particular way, right? And until they have those experiences of trying to fix it their way, they won't be open to yours. So I understand that, right? I understand that. So this is just being put there for someone who may need to hear it. You know, all this is love. You know, all this is love. I'm telling this out of the bottom. I have no malice in my heart. I promise you I don't. I have no hatred in my heart. I have no enemies in life. I don't hate people. I may not like what people do. I may not like what people represent, but I don't hate them. I just won't deal with them. I don't have to hate people. You don't have to hate. That's a hard emotion to get out of you. And it ruminates and it transforms into different diabolical things. And it'll go from hating this person, but it'll spread like cancer through other aspects of your life. I had to eliminate hate from me. I had to. Because that hate will start spreading to parts of my life that I love. That's how hate works, man. That shit will spread to different parts. You may hate this person, but that energy, you taking it with you everywhere you go. And every time somebody reminds you of that, they go get a little bit of that hate. Then they go get some of that hate. Then they go get some, and it's just go spread. It's just go spread. But when you want to do better, when you want to change, you got to change. I had to change everything. I had to change the way I walk. I had to change the way I talk. I had to change the way I think. I wanted to change. I wanted something better. If you want better, you just got to do better. Even when it ain't easy, that's when you need to do even more. It's gonna be times where it's not easy. You're gonna want to go back to your old ways because it's comfortable. I was used to hustling. I was making anywhere from $500 to $800 a day. I went from that to making $1,000 every 2 weeks. My whole lifestyle changed. I fell back on bills. You know what I wanted to do? Go back to doing what I can make this. I can make that real quick. I can make that in a day and be caught up, and I'll be all right. Won't do it again. Oh yeah, well, what happened next month? And then the month after that, and then the month after that. I had to cut expenses. I had to downgrade. So instead of me going back and making the money, I found another way. Okay, look, I ain't doing what I used to do, but this is what I want to do. I got to understand what it come with. I'm not going to have a lot of the luxuries I had before. I got to be okay with that. And I became okay with it. I became okay with it. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. But it's necessary. Change, as Brother Gary say, improvement. If you want to improve, you got to do things differently. You may have to cut some people off. You may have to stop going around in different environments. But if you want to improve, if you want the most out of life, that's what you got to do. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, in my life, right? My regular life, I got tons of obstacles, right? I got 2 little kids. I got a wife, life ain't easy, but it's enjoyable because I got my family, right? But I'm not rich. I'm not living a luxury life. I got to grind. I got to work. So for me, that's enough drama in my life, right? The real things I got to deal with day to day. Coming on here is like an escape from that. That's like an escape. Okay, I can, get away from this for a minute, and then I can just, focus on this or lose myself in this for a minute where I won't be worried about that. But then you come on here and it's drama. It's like, well, I'd rather deal with the real life shit, right? That's how I think, right? Like, I'd rather deal with the real life shit than come on here and be dealing with drama. So, at first being a YouTuber, it's like, it's so many different things. And this is not making any justification for what I did. I'm just telling you why I did it. Right? I was studying. I always said that. I like behavior. I like to understand why people do things. So I sat back and watched a lot of stuff. I can't watch it no more. Me personally. Commander said something to me maybe a month ago. And then I caught myself because, like, damn, okay, At first, I was watching it and just observing, but now I'm watching it and I'm speaking on it. That's no longer observing. That's no longer observing. And not only that, I'm going through my own little stuff on here, right? Which is cool, no big deal. But I realized like this ain't worth my peace, not my peace of mind. That's what I can control. I can't control other people. You can't control other people, but you can control you. So if the other people aren't beneficial to you, you got to start looking at it like that. And beneficial is just being nice, man. Being respectful. Being cordial. People can't even it's like everybody angry and shit. Just being cordial. If we can't do that, then I don't need to be there. So if you find yourself in those positions, evaluate what you're doing. You have to look at, okay, because the only person can control you is you. I can't control what people say. I can't control what people do. I can't control how people feel. I can't control how people think, but I can control me. Right? So that's what I'm focusing on now. It's just me. Making my experience on here pleasant. And by doing that, guess what? I put myself amongst people who doing the same thing, who protecting their peace. Life is short, man. I'm 40 years old, right? Almost lost my life twice. We just had a content creator, rest in peace, Lady DJ, who lost her life. And I ain't gonna hold you up. Lady DJ was on here tripping, boy. She'd go in on you. You know what I'm saying? She'd go in on you. But now, knowing what I know about what she was going through, I can understand she was in pain, man. And a lot of times we don't learn how to articulate our feelings. When we hurting inside, that's why they say hurt people, bro. We don't learn how to articulate it, how to properly express the way we feel, how to transmute that energy. So sometimes, especially if we come from a traumatic environment, that's what we know. So when we feel some way in the inside, we express it on the outside. We may yell, scream, we may talk about people that we don't really hate, but we'll go in on it because it gives us a temporary relief from that pain we feeling inside. I know I used to live this shit. I'm telling you. But she's not here no more. This was somebody for the last 2 years. I used to ghost watch her. I used to shadow watch her. I ain't gonna lie, I'd be cracking up. When she get the roasting, man, she was funny. I mean, I don't agree with if it's funny, and she was funny. But she not here no more, man. I remember 3 months ago, I was just laughing. She was in her live. She wasn't even roast nobody. She was just in her live dancing, happy, just dancing. Now she gone. So I've been on here 2 years. And in that 2 years, I met a lot of great people, man. I met a lot of y'all. Y'all great people. Dee, Commander, Gary, Tay, Nate, my boy KY, and Papa Will, man. I talk to people on the phone, but Kalani got my personal phone number, right? And oftentimes when he called me, it'd be me, him, and Pops on the phone, just talking, man. Not about nothing, not about YouTube. We just talking. And Papa Will, Kalani always saying like, bro, we love your show. We proud of you. You are boy day one. We love you. Always. It's always good conversation. Last 2 years, I at least get a call from Kalani at least twice a month, 2-3 times a month. I talk to Kalani on the phone. He don't want me telling y'all none of this. But yeah, I talk to Kalani a lot. And oftentimes it's either Papa Will or Cat Daddy on the phone. But Papa Will, man, I've been rocking with Papa Will since I've been on here. Me and Papa Will bumped heads one time. And what I always tell y'all, I don't know if I'm cool with you until we disagree, until we argue, until we bump the head. And guess what? Me and Papa Will, it was water under the bridge. Never had to talk about it. He had a complete understanding. I love that man. I love Papa Will, man. And my heart is heavy right now. It's heavy. What up, Doe?
What up, fine?
Chill.
Go ahead. I'm just here to support.
I appreciate that. But yeah, Papa Will, KY typed in the chat last night that Papa Will organs was shutting down. So I wanna tomorrow I'm gonna do a show for Papa Will. Because my grandmother always told me flowers are for the living, not the dead. So I want Papa Will get his flowers from me. I want Papa Will get his flowers from me. But the point I'm making is this, y'all. Life is short. We know that. So me personally, I try to make the most of it because me personally, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I'm being honest. I don't. But while I'm here, God damn it, I'm gonna do something amazing and great. And anything else is a distraction. It's a simple distraction. I'm gonna use the time that I am here to do something beneficial, not only for my family, but for people around me. That's my goal. Until I stop breathing, that's what I'm doing.
I'm sorry to hear that about Papa Will. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
know
I
he had
didn't.
some surgery like a little while back, a couple months ago or something like that. But I hadn't
Yeah,
seen him in a little while, and I guess maybe he was going through stuff we didn't know.
yeah. See, I didn't. I knew he had the surgery, and these last 3 months, it's been a little rough on me. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm feeling better now. I come to the realization, I got to take medication. So, I want to be here for my kids as long as I can. As soon as I start feeling better, it's like everything or everybody around me. I just lost my uncle the other day. Man, and then anytime you lose people, it's always some drama. So yeah, this is all. I always, and I'm telling you, the last 6 years, I lost at least 2 people in November. I hate November. That's what I hate. If you want to ask me what I hate November. I always lose people in November. Always. Last 2 years, last 6 years, really.
Yeah.
I lost both my grandmothers in November. I lost my wife's dad in November. 3 friends, 2 cousins, a great aunt. November sucks.
Yeah, I feel you. And it affects people like in different ways.
Yeah.
Like some people will get really sad and they'll just get like they can't deal with stuff like in that month. And then you got people that say, I'm gonna live my best life. I'm gonna enjoy it because life is short.
hmm and you know what? For me, I hear one of the babies up. It's the sun. You gotta go to school tomorrow.
And then the people that have family and kiddos, like you want to be there for them, you want to
Yeah, baby. You gotta go to school
continue
tomorrow.
traditions and be happy for them so they're not feeling sad because the kids don't understand when family members are lost. They don't really grasp the whole thing.
What's wrong?
We've lost a couple people in November, specifically on Thanksgiving.
My bad. He woke up and I wasn't there. He like, what you doing?
Okay, I'll keep talking, or if you need to shut it down, you shut it down.
Oh no, he went to bed. He went back to bed. He gotta go to school tomorrow. Usually he wake up, get him a sip of water, go pee, and go lay back down. This is the first time in a long time. Usually I thought it was my daughter. But yeah, even I always the hard part for me is it's not the fact that they gone. It's more about how it impacts everybody else because like even though people gone, I can't like me personally when I think about people, I always think about the good times. It's like I don't know, maybe that's a defense mechanism of mine where I won't get sad, I get happy when I think about people not here, but then I watch everyone around me sad, like my mom, my wife, and that I can't change. So I have to be that support and that comfort. And I'm an empath. So when people, the energies, like when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, I feel that. Like I heard Miss 504, I heard the pain in her voice earlier. I had to turn her video off. Like I'm straight. I can't take nobody energy right now. I heard the pain because her and Lady DJ was cool, but then they fall out, then they get cool, and you know how that is when you got that
Hmm.
love hate relationship, and then you don't end it don't end on the cool part, but the part that y'all wasn't cool, and then it end, but you still got love for them, and you didn't get to you know correct the situation before the person was gone. And I heard that pain,
Yeah.
and I know how that feels because I experienced that a couple times, and that's why I say now I will never experience that again because it won't be me. If me and a person at odds, it won't be because of me. You know, that's just how I feel. Like I'm always open for the conversation, so I know my heart is right, my heart is pure. So yeah, life too short for all this bickering.
Well, yeah, and then sometimes it's like, okay, now they passed away, and then now you're talking like this, but just last month you were like riding their ass on that. You know what I mean? You were talking
Mm-hmm.
trash, and now you feel bad. So it almost seems like it's ingenuine, but we don't know what people feel. Maybe they genuinely feel regret.
Yeah, you don't know what people feel because I mean the reality is we on YouTube and people make anything out of content. So um, That's just the reality, unfortunately. You know. Um,
And I don't know the people, like the person that passed away. I don't know. So nobody take it like I'm talking about those people. I'm talking in general what I've
in
seen,
general, yeah, we talking in general.
because there's been several people that have passed away from social media that I've been cool with, talked to, chilled with, and they passed away. Some of them were in like a drama community, others weren't. And sometimes I go back and I look at their content every once in a while. I'll go back and look because you miss them sometimes if you're used
Yeah,
to seeing someone. Like if you're really used to like, all the time being around them on social media, then they're gone. And then all you have is their content
yeah, yeah.
and the
That's all they say.
conversations.
Yep, and conversation. The crazy thing is, my cousin who passed last year, and he did some shows with me, and I go back and listen to them just so I can hear his voice. Had a like listening to us had that conversation. You know, I got memories of him, but that to me is special because he knew I was trying to, get my platform, and I asked him. He said, "Yeah, I come on here and talk with you, cuz whatever you need." And he did it. Anytime I asked him to come on here, he did it. But that's how he was. Anytime I asked him for something, whatever he was doing, he'd drop it and get what I asked done. Like, that's my cousin. That's my dad's nephew, my dad's sister's son. But him and my dad was a couple years apart, so they grew up like brothers. So he treated me like a son, literally. Like, that's how he watched over me. Couldn't nobody mess with me when he was around. Nobody. He'd sit on him. Literally. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I can't even get sad talking about him. I started thinking about all the crazy shit we done did. And I remember one time, and see, like, because I was always like the favorite, right? With him, it was like I was always his favorite. And I got there's like four of us around the same age. So my other cousins used to pick with him because he was a big dude. I ain't gonna say fat. Like when he was in high school, yeah, he was like 300 pounds, but he ran a 4.5. That's pretty damn fast for a lineman, right? But he was fast. So my cousins and them used to fuck with him and run outside. And I was outside already. I didn't know they bothered him. So one day he was asleep, and I don't know what they did, but they ran outside, and I'm watching them. And my grandmother, she had a big house. It was on like an acre or two. So it was like the front door, then it's like a gravel driveway, with like a 2-car garage, and then it's a field, like a fenced in field. So I'm watching them run through the driveway, and I look back, and he looked at me and just grabbed me and slammed me. And I'm like, "What you?" He was like, "You was with them." And I'm like, "No, I wasn't." I picked up this 2x4 and hit him with it, like, bow, smacked him right in the back. He turned around, looked at me, man. He whooped my tail. He got me like three. He knocked the wind out of me a couple times. And then my dad seen him, so him and my dad started fighting.
Oh no.
And my dad was like, "Why is you hitting my son like that?" He was like, "He hit me with that damn 2x4." Then they like, "Why you hitting him with the 2x4?" I'm like, "Cause he beat me up. He bigger than me. What I'm supposed to do?" I had to pick something up. Y'all tell me to pick something up when they're bigger than me, then I do it. Now I'm in trouble again. But stuff like that.
How old were you? Like a teenager?
No, I was probably I had to be about 7, 8.
7.
Oh, I
Oh
was mad
wow.
as hell. Oh no, I'm telling you, when I was 4 years old, no, I was 5. This kid slammed me. He was bigger than me. It was a buddy of mine's brother. We was playing leapfrog. People call it different things when you throw the football up and whoever catch it got to run to the end zone, and everybody else trying to tackle him. We called it leapfrog. So I got the ball, and instead of tackling me, he like picked me up and slammed me. I bust my lip. So I went home crying, and my grandmother was like, "Don't come back here until you whoop that boy." I'm like, "He bigger than me." She said, "Pick something up and hit him." So I walked back down there, and they was playing football. He got tackled. I picked the brick up and smacked him in the head with it. Ever since then, it was like, oh, this is all I got to do.
Oh
If they bigger
no.
than me, so I was never scared of no one bigger than me. I just picked something up. I was never scared again. I said, I'm gonna just bats, knives, whatever I can get my hands on. Anybody, I had a whole bunch of. I was the out of my mom and dad's kids. I'm the oldest, so everybody. So I didn't have a big brother or big sister, but I had big cousins. And because I lived with my grandma and my grandma sheltered me, they like, oh, he's soft until they start fucking with me. And then I picked something up. They just thought I was gonna sit there and take it. No, I threw knives at people. I'm like, nah, we into it. They be like, oh, his little ass crazy.
Yeah, don't mess with him. Something wrong with him. Don't mess with him.
I'm telling you that it was programmed in me when I was little. Somebody bigger than you, pick something up. That's how my grandmother raised me. Pick something up.
I heard a story the other day about it was a husband and a wife walking down the street, and then they ran into somebody, like somebody on the street that's always on the streets acting crazy. And so then he acted up more crazy and then shocked the guy, and then they just kept walking like they left him alone or whatever. Like sometimes you had to act out even bigger.
Yeah,
So they're like, I'm not gonna mess with you.
yeah. Well, people, yeah. And see, like growing up in Detroit too, it was like, all my family in Pennsylvania. I got my stepdad family up here, but it was like I I didn't have the backup. I was alone. I had my one cousin, but then when he went to jail, it was like shit. I was out here by myself, so I had to be the craziest. You know, you got to
You
be
think
willing to.
sometimes,
I'm
like
sorry.
people on YouTube, you think sometimes people on YouTube will act like that? Like they'll act like they're crazy. They're willing to do anything. They'll dox you. They'll do all these things so that people won't mess with them.
They just ignorant though, because even the stuff I did, I don't have a record. Like the stuff they doing, they exposing themselves. Like this is what made I don't want to use the term fear, but what made people think twice about dealing with me because I wasn't loud. Like if you do something, I would smile and leave, and then maybe something you know happen to you later. Nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't be like that.
Yeah, I can. I'm a smile. You have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day. Yep. The
Like
whole
there's a
goal was to go home. No matter what you did, the goal was to go home. And like these people, they tell on themselves. I'm just being honest. Like I don't, that shit don't translate because even the docs and stuff, that shit is against the law.
Yeah, I
So
won't mess with nobody. I'm not doing none of that.
man,
Like
I'm
I,
straight.
I got a situation right now, like in real life, not on social media, and I can get him good. He's messing with me and my family, but I believe in karma. So
Hmm.
what I got on him can really hurt him and his family, and I don't want to do that. Like I'm not gonna do that. No matter how much people tell me, do it. That's what you gotta do. You do it. No, I'm not doing that. I feel like I don't know. I feel like revenge has never worked out for me.
Something comes with everything, and like you said, karma. If you're doing it out of malicious intent and you feel that, like that's bad juju. You know, I will always say protect yourself though, protect you and yours. But if
Right.
you can avoid, like I try to avoid stuff now. Sometimes it's some people, like even on here, but in real life too. Uh, it's hard to ignore, but if you feed them positive or negative energy, it's still feeding them. You know what I'm saying? So some people they want that back and forth just to justify the bullshit they doing to you. People try to pull you down to their level.
Facts.
And I mean, I had to learn that the hard way. I done told a couple stories about that. People tried to pull me back. try to take what I had, like my job. If you can get me fired from my job, then how I'm gonna make money? I'm gonna go back to this is how people think. When people want to pull you down to the mud with them, they do it. They ain't got nothing to lose, so they'll do anything. You
No,
the
I
one
don't
who
like
got
messing with
everything to
people's
lose.
money. I don't like messing with people's money, people's freedom, people's
Yeah,
families. I don't like to do none of that. Like I'll leave it up to God and the universe to handle that. But like I've been told, you're too kind, you're too nice. You need to stop being so nice. I guess when it really comes down to it, like if it really comes down to it, some people don't know how they're gonna act.
yeah.
Like the whole
And
doxing thing. If somebody doxes you, the question is posed. Somebody goes real life on you, are you gonna do it back to them?
right. And see, that's
I
the
don't know.
thing. Like if for me personally, I wouldn't care. I understand. Like, I'm like, if somebody come to my house, that's their fault. That's just how I feel. Like people I know call my phone before they ring my doorbell. Before my camera pick them up, they call my phone. My mama, my dad, my sisters, people I know, people who know me, they don't ring my doorbell. They call me. Hey, we outside. We coming in. Okay, cool. They just know how I am. So I'm not worried. I don't feel I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got no rap sheet or nothing like. So if you dox me, I will tell people that if they do it the right way, they'd probably be more. Yeah, if they find the right stuff, then they'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's different when they come to your home. But
Yeah,
I mean, what are the chances of that happening? It happens, but probably not all. You know what I mean? Like not often. Most
I'm
people just
legally.
talk, 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 talk.
This is what I tell people. I am legally blind. I got paperwork. I got all the paperwork you need to see. All my shit registered, and I'm gonna be on the phone saying how afraid I am. I'm gonna have an anxiety attack, and I ain't even know my finger hit the trigger. You got me fucked up.
They gotta step into your household because I've seen the videos where the person's just outside.
Nah, nah,
It
nah,
depends on what they're doing and depends on
nah,
what state you live. You gotta really make sure.
nah. Trust me, I got good people. I'm good. I am good.
There's a couple situations I've seen on video, and then they videotape it. That's the thing, right? Because they
Yeah,
videotape it because they want it on social media. And now there's the proof. There's the evidence.
yeah. I got a Ring doorbell, so it'll be all on there. I don't care. You come to that door, then I ain't got nothing. Hey, and that's if my dog don't get you first. That's if the dog don't get you first. Pray to God she in the house when you at the door.
It's better
Because
to avoid all that.
if I hit that side camera and tell her to protect, she gonna come over that damn fence. But yeah,
Well, you know how you were saying like we have enough drama in our lives, but some people have enough problems in their lives to where they'll come on here to distract themselves from what's going on in their real life. So they're like
Mhm.
they like watching all the drama. Maybe they'll insert themselves, maybe they won't, but it's because I think the viewers are as much as a problem because
Mm.
right? Because they wouldn't have
Mhm.
an audience. They wouldn't probably be doing that stuff if they weren't getting paid
No,
and have the audience. So us viewers are as much as a problem as they are.
and that's what I was saying. Like, I had to erase a lot of video, but I got a video like, who do we blame, the dealer or the addict? And that's basically what I was breaking down because that's all this is. You have the dealers, the content creators, and you have the addicts, the viewers. So when it comes to the bullshit on here, who do we blame? Because if you didn't have the addicts, the dealer would have to find something else to deal, right? And if you ain't had the dealers, maybe the addicts will get clean. So like, who do you blame? The dealers or the addicts?
Yeah, you blame both. There's this lady on here. She's an addict. She needs help, man. She's like she to me she's already at the bottom. Like she hit rock bottom, but obviously for her it's not yet happened. And the viewers keep the subscribers keep her going. Just like it keeps it going. And
Hmm.
they send her money and they're watching and they're
They
feeding
want to
into
watch
the
her crash
stuff.
out. That's what people look, man. I honestly, I be watching some people and I be thinking like, these people are only here to watch you crash out. Like these because like if I did a video, like it's four of us in here now. If I did a video calling somebody out talking shit, it'd be people in here you never seen before.
Yup.
It'll be people in here you never seen before. But if I'm sitting here talking some positive stuff, talking about accountability, not only talking about, I hear everybody talking about accountability, and I'm like, man, these people grown. Do they not know what the other end of accountability is? Responsibility. Like it's 40, 50, 60 year old people just now comprehending the concept of accountability. So you ain't been responsible your whole life. I understand, everybody at different places in life, but it's like, come on, man. We talking about accountability. We all should be taking accountability for what we do, but we should be responsible and stop doing the fuck shit. Just be responsible.
I'm
You don't have to be
guilty.
accountable.
I'm guilty of wanting to see the drama and participating, wanting to see, but I had to stop. Like the one lady, I had to stop because it was too much. Because I feel sorry for her, and some of the stuff that people tell her, and it only makes her drink and do the stuff she's doing even more. Because then she plays victim, and obviously a lot of people will play victim. They blame other people for their problems, their addiction, and what they do.
Hmm.
Which it's really we're each responsible for ourselves.
Hmm.
But we're part of the problem if we're egging it on and participating in it. But
Miss
yeah, I had
Chi-
to stop.
Miss Chicago, what up, though? But
What's up, Miss Chicago?
see, that's been and then look, this is the thing too, and this is why I I mean, I guess it's levels to it. I don't like this. This is an entertainment app, so like it took me probably about 3 or 4 months to know like this shit is real. I'm not joking. Like when I first got on, I used to get on here and watch like Courtney Wayne. Them was skits. I didn't know about like lives. I didn't know about that. So I'm watching videos and just thinking people posting videos. And one day I went into a live and there's people cussing each other out, and I'm looking at the chat and I'm like, oh, I ain't never seen this before. And I'm like, I'm thinking it's entertainment, but that's what this app is. It's an entertainment app. So a lot of times, I said that earlier, you going through stuff in life or you just need a break. You had it hard. You want to relax for a minute, get away from your reality and just check something else out. Watch a couple shows. You know what I'm saying? And then you get hooked because it's like days of our lives, man. It's like
In
it's
real
so
life, yeah.
yeah, it's like reality TV. Sometimes some of these channels can be like reality TV. Man, listen, I was watching this one content creator, and he was talking about, because I ain't really been on here that much, but it was one content creator talking about two other content creators that I went and supported before, and I'm like, damn, they getting into it. And then it was like this content creator was like showing like messages, right? And he said, I never do this again. He said, yeah, this is like, he sent me this and it's like some Asian channel or something like that. Man, I went and typed that shit in and it was a transvestite channel. Or is that what they call it? Transsexual? And I'm looking like,
Transgender.
yeah, transgender. I apologize. I don't know the correct terminology. But yeah, it was a transgender channel. And I'm looking like, and then I looked at the text message again, like, hey, yo, bro, go check this out. And I'm looking like, oh, I don't know what the hell y'all doing, but I don't want to see nobody else's private message.
Well, and that's the thing, right? They
Oh,
bring attention to it.
shit.
So now we're like,
I'm
well,
like,
let me go look over there and see what's going on. Now we're invested.
oh, no, like, nah, never again. If anybody
Never
talking,
again.
If anybody exposing private messages on here, I'm never looking again. When I seen that, I'm looking like, what the hell? Like, oh hell no, y'all got now. I'm gonna be on the View. This person has viewed your channel this month. Nah, like y'all tripping. Yeah.
It's
So,
okay, word. It's not contagious, okay?
are you sure? I'm about to go take a shower. Now,
Oh
oh, wash my
Lord.
eyeball. Only one of them work anyway.
But I
But
think you're right. There's levels to it because there's some YouTubers that just act stupid, and I'm like, okay, I might say a comment to you, you're acting stupid. But then there's the people like that have real issues or they're
yeah,
sick. You know, like they're
yeah,
actually sick, and I don't think it's right to be in there trashing on them and or egging them on. Like, drink more, drink more. Have you seen that where there was
yeah.
one guy, there was a trial because he was telling the lady on live stream to keep drinking, 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 and then well, she ended up drinking herself to pass away.
Oh, I ain't
So
see that. But
so
I've
who's
seen.
guilty? You think the person's guilty for egging them on?
I mean, and if the person was like an alcoholic or like a minor or has some type of disability, yeah, they can.
Right?
They
There's some fault
that's
there.
soliciting. I mean, they can get hit with soliciting. That's what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying.
dangerous.
People do stuff and don't understand. Like if you threaten someone online, do you know the Patriot Act? Do you know that's a terroristic threat? If you threaten somebody online or on the phone, you can say, "I'm gonna whoop your a." That's considered as a terroristic threat. People don't know the law. Like you can get somebody in trouble for that.
Why is it why is it that because it's online? Why
Yeah.
is it different than in person?
No, it's like that. Well, in person, it has to be the person. It can be the same thing in person. It's like a like if they in a car or something going past, but if a person is face to face to you and threaten you, that's a terroristic threat. Read the Patriot Act. After 9/11, you cannot, you can't threaten, you can't threat bodily harm to anyone. It's written just like that. Any threats of bodily harm will be.
That's why some people word it different. There's people that they can't do anything because the way they worded things, the threats, it's like it could go either way. So did my sound fall off? Can you guys hear me? In person is okay. Gary says in person
Oh
is
my bad.
local, but on the internet or telephone is FCC airwaves. Okay, yeah, federal. Hmm. So the federal part makes it terroristic.
A
We
terroristic
shouldn't even
threat.
be saying that word too much because YouTube's gonna be like, what are they talking about over there? Let's see. They're saying that word too much. Oh, thank you,
YouTube, we
Denise.
telling people to stop acting stupid on your platform. That's what we doing.
But like Gary says, what he says, your content is your character,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when you're gone, what you left behind this trail of your content is your
Mm-hmm.
character. It could be a skit, it could be real, it could be. Most of the viewers know the difference if they're actively, involved
I'm,
in your
I, I
content.
I say it like this: if a person says it's a skit, then it's a skit. If they don't, I'm assuming it's real. That's how I'm gonna look at it. Or I'm gonna look at everybody as a joke. If that's the case. If that's the case, because the people I know who do skits, is in their bio that they're doing. This is a skit. This is their comedians. They're actor. This is what they do. They put that's part of their channel. That's their channel. It's comedy, it's entertainment. But these other, I don't know.
But it's sad to see the people that passed away, and then you see their content's like, oh, this is what this is what your life was before you passed away. This is what you were doing.
Hmm. You know how many people, how many content creators on here, like they family don't even know they got channels.
Right. Because they probably would be embarrassed.
Huh. Well, why do
Like
it then? You know, like
like when
why?
people say, does your mom know? Does your mom
My mom tell everybody about my hey, go check out my son YouTube channel. My mom will be like, I'll be like, thanks, OG. She'd be like, I got this lady. She goes subscribe. I'll be like, yeah, thanks, mom. My wife do the same thing. I got you 2 new subscribers today. I'm like, thank you.
There's this lady on here, she has a channel, she acts all sweet and godly, and then she goes and does all, she's all in the drama channels, doing all this F stuff and acting real foul. And it's like, sometimes it's like, do your kids know? Because I feel like if your kids, the way she talks about it, like they would probably say, Mom, what are you doing? Don't do that. Like, right? Because it's like a bad example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know, man. I have dignity. I have integrity. Like I joke and play on here, but I tell the truth too. So even when it sounds like, um, I'm just telling the truth. I lived a hard life and I don't live it no more. But I don't tell like those stories to entice anyone, but to educate people. Like, don't do this. This shit was stupid, and I wasted X amount of years of my time doing this stupid stuff. You can be doing this and do what I do now. You can be going to get your
Yeah.
builder's license, your life insurance license, your real estate license. If you don't want to work for nobody, find ways to work for yourself. There's so many different fields. If you want to have a
Hmm.
conversation, I can give you some pointers. I can hook you up with people who can give you more intel, more detailed information about it. We can do that, you know. But
Because it's behind you, like all those things are behind you, but the people that are actively in it, most of them don't want to hear all that,
no, they don't
right?
want to. People come. They I heard people. No, we come for the mess, and I'm like, oh shit. And then, but those be the people who be like, "Oh, you think you better?" Like, no, I'm just doing fucking better. I'm not doing the bullshit you. I'm not on here talking about people deceased. I'm not on here talking about people kid. I'm not on here. I don't care how people teeth look. I don't care what size shoe people wear or none of that. What they house look like if they live in. I don't care about none of that. None of that. No, what I'm caring about are you trying to do better? And if you are, I can rock with that. We can build together. It's some intellectual, some very like I've met some people with some of the highest intellectual prowess I ever seen, but they can't get out their own way because it's YouTube. It's
Right.
it's like oh, it's just YouTube. Like you can't you can control where you at. You can control what you do. You don't have to deal with people on here. You know.
You can, yeah, you can, to a certain extent. Sometimes, yeah, you can just leave it alone, block it. If you're a subscriber, you can unsubscribe, watch a different channel, change your try to change your algorithm because really it's hard. You got to say not interested, don't show me this channel again, because otherwise
Yeah.
it does pop up again. And
It's
then
just
like me, sometimes I'm nosy. I want to go in there real quick just to see what's going on, and I'm like, it's the same stuff. Okay, bye. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Gotti, what up, though? Hope you been good, man. Hope you been good. We've been chilling, man. We've been chilling. Yeah, we've been chilling. We miss you. Anita,
Thank you.
what up, though, sis? I hope you feeling good today, sis.
Oh, Cody, that's how you say it. I would have said Cody. What's
Cody, I
up,
always
Anita?
say
What's up,
Cody.
Cody?
I had a
Or Cody?
friend. It's spelled. I used to call him Cody. He used to get mad. He was like, Cody is 2 T's. Cody is one. I'm like, okay, Cody.
Oh,
So I
with the
always,
D.
yeah,
Yeah, Cody.
it's the second one.
But also sometimes people will, like you said, you don't care about where people live, what they look like. Some YouTubers will be offending their own chat by going after somebody and, oh, you live in a trailer. Oh, you weigh this much. Not realizing that, hey, you got a whole group of people that somebody might live in a trailer. Somebody might be 250 pounds or whatever. You know, like they offend people not thinking, not thinking.
And they say, "Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about them." You shouldn't feel no type of way, but you disparaging people. That's why I say, man, like I. That's why, like, I'm not even one of the people. Like, I can't. I ain't got nothing to flex. I got a 3-bedroom home. You know, I got a dog. I got a beautiful wife, and I got some kids. I don't drive. Um, I'm blessed probably more than the average person. Yes, I don't want for anything. I don't need for anything. But and if I do, I get people around me, who make shit happen for me. So I'm blessed. So, but that don't mean I'm gonna go brag. You know what I'm saying? Or disparage someone else because they don't have what I got. Shit, I didn't have what I had at one point. So it's a process. That's what life is. So I mean, shitting on somebody because they got material things less than you. That says a lot about a person's character to me because everything that I got can be gone tomorrow. Everything. And what am I left with? My character. So
There's people on here that live $1 million houses with a pool, and they show their house and everything, but they're in the mess, and they're talking about how wealthy they are, and they don't need your money and all this. They don't need the views, but they're taking in all the super chats and all the.
mm-hmm.
They still take in the money.
Yeah, and them be the people who hate their life though. They get all that material stuff, but they got to be on here because in real life, don't nobody fuck with them. Don't nobody care.
Wow, that's one way to think about it. Yeah.
I'm a lot of time. It was this
Yeah.
doctor, right? I worked with, and I'm like, man, this dude was pissing me off. Like, I want,
Lions, Gary. I'm gonna go with the lions. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
lions. Everybody going lions, 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 lions. But it was this doctor, right? And he was just a hole to me, right? And I'm like, man, what the hell I do to him? And I started getting pissed off, and I'm like, man, I had whispered in his ear one day, like, I'm gonna fuck you up when you leave here. Like they can't protect you when you're in the parking lot. And I was dead serious, right? He went and told people, and I'm like, I didn't say that. When did I say that?
I
Who
didn't
else
say
heard me
that.
say that? Right. And I'm like, why would I say that to a doctor? Like, I need this job. I'm playing that role or whatever. And then one of the CRNAs came up to me. He was like, look, say, you know why he keep messing with you like that? Because everyone loves you and can't nobody stand him. He got everything. He got a better car, better house. He can mess with any woman in here, but he don't got what you got. And that's why he keep fucking
Mm,
with you. And I'm like, what's that? He was like,
jealousy,
not,
envy, hater.
he, he was like, you have none of the things he got and you still find ways to be happy. And all the stuff that he got, he still can't find a way to be happy. That's what he's jealous about. Because I'm always, like anytime I go somewhere, it's like I bring the energy. Like people, like when I come in the room, I enjoy shit, especially like at work. Like on here, I'm laid back, but in like real life, as soon as I hit the room, I look for a minute, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy myself, and then, we get it lit. So at work, like I said, I had the
Mm-hmm.
doctor saying, "What up, though?" They giving me,
Aw,
you get the handshake and then the chest bump. All the doctors
yeah,
doing that with me. White doctors, old
nice.
doctors, all the doctors love me. The nurses, everybody love me. I'm just cool. I'm helpful. Anything they need, I'm right there. Bam, 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 bam. I work effortlessly. Like I don't complain. I just get shit done. Oh, that need to be done. Let me do it.
It's sad. There's always gonna be that one or like two people who don't like you. Like everybody else likes you.
Yeah.
Everybody else thinks you're cool, but there's always gonna be that one hater who's gonna try to like make your life impossible. But see, the people that know your character, know who you are. So even when that person tries to trash on you, like they're lying. So the people that
Yeah.
know you, they know it's a lie.
Like, he wasn't lying when he said I was gonna fuck him up. He wasn't lying like that. I
Well, you
made him
got
look
them
like a
there.
liar, but I really yeah, I wouldn't do it in front. I wouldn't say that in front of nobody.
He probably hated you more.
Oh yeah, he did. He did because it was real. Because when he got was like where the doctor's park at, the same time I left at, and the doctors always park on the front, like the front row of the parking is a parking deck, but they come right in on one end and then they go out the other end. It's like the bottom row is just for the doctor, so they don't have to go up no ramps or nothing. They just come in, park, and then when they leave out, they just go out the other end. So when he got to his car, I was standing there. He was like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just waiting to see you get in your car." And he was like, "Why are you waiting
Oh,
to see me get in the
snap.
car?" I said, "I want to enjoy you turning it on." He
Oh
looked at
snap!
me. He got in the, he remote started his car. And then the next day he was like, man, I thought you did something to my car. And I was like, no, I just wanted to see if you was going to think I did something to your car. But now I know what car you drive.
See how
And he
you
looked
never
at
said
me.
anything threatening? The way you said it. You
Yeah.
see?
And see, you don't have to, you just make people see you sometimes. Because people, a lot of times, like I have been in this position where you have this false sense of security, right? Where you think, oh, one nothing happened to me in this comfortable environment, even a house. Think about people get home invasion. People get eliminated in their own house. But you have a false sense of security. Like
Those
you can't
cameras
be
are false sense of security.
cameras, alarm system, dog, everything that I got, my
Everything.
everything is a false sense of security because if somebody really wanted me, they can get me. If somebody really wants you, they go get you. They go get you. I mean, and
Yep.
things
Or
can,
your family. Like I've been
oh
in a home
man.
invasion where where I got tied up and all that. And it wasn't even me they were after. They were after my brother. But sometimes, family,
Yeah.
they'll go after your family.
I was trying to see how much. Okay, so is this situation that happened, right? Where a buddy of mine called me and asked me to come over. He asked me to bring some stuff. So when I get over there, the cops there, and I'm like, bro, you wildin'. Like, why would you call me and tell me to bring this stuff over here and you got cops at your house? Oh man, they broke in my house and tied up my family. And do you know 2 months later, so his mother, his sister, and his granddad, his mother's dad got tied up, right? He wasn't home. Do you know 2 months later they caught the people? And this motherfucker was one of them.
Mm.
When his own house tied his mom and his grandfather and his sister.
Wait, he tied up his own family?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I didn't mean to scream. But yeah, that
Wow. Why did
like
he do that for? It was like because his people were like what's the point of it? Well, why?
man, and then I'm like, why would you like I guess calling me over was supposed to make him look innocent. I don't know what calling me over was, but you
Like a
told me to
setup?
bring some stuff that if they would have been like, hey, who was you? Let me search your stuff, I would have been fucked. Because
Well,
I'm
and that's the
thinking I'm
thing.
about to
You
come
don't
over and
call
we about
a
to go do something to some people because they done violated your family. But it was you
you don't
and
call the
some people
police.
you used to get high with. His own
Like we
mom
didn't call the police. When you're in the mess, you don't call the police. You handle it other ways. But that
is
sounds like a setup. Like he was trying to set you up.
man. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know when people high off drugs. I don't. You can't rationalize what they was thinking, what was going through their head. Because I was the
Right, Gary?
person when stuff go wrong, I was the person everybody called. But now that you said that, I wasn't even thinking like he was trying to set me up. But now that you said that, maybe he was. But he with the I think he did 10. Yeah, but one of the boys that went in the house got caught on something else and told on him and another dude. So dude, he got immunity. He got off what he got caught. He got caught on a drug possession. He didn't want to go to jail, so he gave him information about that. And giving him the information, he got immunity, but the other two went to jail.
Hey, the first one to talk gets immunity.
That's how it is. That's why I tell people, man, don't do no crime with nobody, man. Don't do crime at all. Don't do crime at all. But if you do got to do it, don't do it with nobody. That's just a witness. That's that's just a witness. That's it. If somebody asks me to do a crime with them, I'm hell no. Nah. Because I'm thinking after we done, you gonna knock my noodles out because I'm a witness now. That's
That
how I
part.
think because that's probably what I would do. I'm just
Well, and then some people act hard, and then when they're in that interrogation room, man.
no, you man. I didn't look, man. Look, I'm telling you, I had a reputation in the hood, but I told everybody when you do dirt, do it by yourself. Don't do it with me because as soon as we done, I'm going to jail. I ain't going to jail for you. You got me bent. I am not going. I will go to jail for what I did. I'm not going to jail for nobody. You can call me what you want. I'm not doing it. So don't come get me like a fight. Okay, yeah, we can go fight. We can go. If somebody violated, okay, we can ride. But some stupid stuff, I'm not going to jail for you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And if you call me, hold on, what is this?
Oh, it's gone already. Don't worry about it.
How did they even get that much in the chat box?
I don't know, but I'm glad you don't live that life anymore.
Was a cause of the when I was taking care of people, moving and still tried. Man, I'm telling you. But see, this is what I'm saying. People who I'm gonna tell you this: people who experience that life and they're away from it now, they ain't trying to go back. You know, it was hard enough to get out. You know,
No, Gary. Gary said I'm gonna be on Channel 9. Rest in peace. That my stepbrother, he passed away already.
your stepbrother.
Yeah. Oh, the one I was telling you about, the home invasion.
Oh,
They were really after him.
yeah, man. You don't know what people are into. I had a I think I told the story. It wasn't even my friend. It was, you know how you hang out, like I got a friend I hang out with and he got a boy. So it's not really my friend, but I'm cool. Or I know you, know of you because of my boy. So I'm driving. I was actually on my way to work, right? And this is what I was saying about. Okay, so at this time, I didn't even stay in the hood, right? But I used to come to work because I used to live down the street. Like the hospital I worked at used to be down the street. It's down the street from my old hood, but now I'm out in the suburbs. I'm miles away. Right, this is on like 7 mile. I'm on 20 mile now, so I'm miles away from this area. I don't live over there no more. But I used to leave to go to work early just to ride through the hood, say what up, chill with the people for a minute, and then go to work. Right. So one day I did that, and I seen my friend's boy. He was like, "Hey, can you give me a ride?" I'm like, "Where you going?" He was like, he said he was going to Ball Duck. Okay, I got to go past Ball Duck to get to my job. So I'm like, cool. Get in the car. I think I made it 4 blocks. I got a nice sound system, right? So we listening to that R. Kelly and OJ Juice Man, Superman High. So we listening to that. And only thing I hear a pop, pop. Like what? Then my speaker go out. Like I don't hear nothing. I just hear, and then I feel glass. Like oh shit, somebody's shooting. Right? So now I'm hitting the gas and I'm swerving, hit the corner, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And he was like, yeah, man, that's why I didn't want to walk because I knew they was down the street. And I'm like, what? He was like, I got into it with these dudes, and I didn't think they was gonna shoot your car up. I'm like, you in it and you got into it with them. So I'm like, man, get the hell out of my car. So I ended up calling my job, like I ain't gonna make it in today. And I'm talking about this. I called in like 15 minutes before I was supposed to be there. So they was pissed. I called my uncle. My uncle come pick me up. I show him where it happened at. He sees some dudes outside, and he was like, he knew the dudes. Now, I can't tell. Okay, so
he could have at least like ducked, so they wouldn't see him.
Right. So my uncle had business dealings with these dudes, right? So my uncle pulled up. He asked. He said, "Hey, did somebody?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He was like, and I said, like, he was like, "That's my nephew. That was my nephew car." My uncle was like, "Y'all got to make this right."
Oops.
So they took my keys. They brought my car back the next day. They paid for the window. Yeah, they paid everything to get fixed. And my uncle told me it's fixed. You ain't hurt. You ain't bleeding. You all right? Yeah. I was like, I miss work. My uncle, he gave me like $300. He was like, it's done, nephew. Leave it alone. I left it alone. But I learned, like, you can't let anybody in your shit. No, no, no. It don't have to be you. It can be somebody else. Now, I was ready to do some stuff. That's why I called my uncle. Like, hold on, man, these dudes done lit my car up.
Wow.
But when Unc say leave it alone, leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone, man.
Yeah, just
Because it
leave it
just
alone.
keeps going.
Yeah, and it'll fuck other things up. It'll fuck like that was broad daylight. They didn't even know who car they was put. They just seen a target and start letting go. They didn't care who was in the car. So you're dealing with people like who not thinking.
I mean, they don't even care, like children, innocent
They don't care.
bystanders,
And I'm on.
where
I'm
that
not on.
bullet's gonna land.
I wasn't on a side street. I was on. It's not. It's considered a main street. You know, it's a 2 lane. I think it's 55 miles per hour. But his houses is an island in between the north and south traffic, and his house is on each side of the island. So they were
So
shooting
you had to
like
slow down to go around the island?
no, it's like no. I'm saying it's the island separating north and southbound traffic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is the island there separating the north and southbound traffic or
Okay.
east or west traffic.
I was thinking
Uh,
like a roundabout type thing.
oh no,
But
no, it wasn't a roundabout. It's
that's
just
probably what saved you guys because you were probably going a little faster. You
oh
guys are
yeah.
lucky to be alive.
But see, I just hit the corner, and I had an old school too. I had a Delta 88, and I had a 450 small block in it, so I had to put wheelie bars on the back because it'll lift up. But
Okay, Cody.
appreciate you.
Or Cody, I'm sorry, my bad.
So yeah, that was my baby. But they hit that much 6 times. And my speaker, they bought a whole new, a better speaker.
He said that was my baby.
That was my baby. Man. I was so hurt. I almost said something, boy. I
And you
almost,
had a job and everything. You weren't in the mess. Like it,
well,
yeah.
boy, I almost told y'all everything. I'm still waiting to tell y'all one thing about me. I think I know one person. She was in a chat earlier. Since I've been on here, this was the one and only person that asked me this question, and I did not lie, and I told her I would not answer that question, and she kind of figured it out. But I think it's like
Okay.
3 people on this to know this about me, and it'll make sense. I think y'all. I mean, you'd be like, "Oh, that's why he act like that," or "This is why." Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to unveil everything yet.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It ain't nothing bad though. It ain't like nothing.
No.
No, it's like, but you like if you understood, you would be like, oh, that's why he know, that's why he like this shit like this, that's why he move or think like that. It'll make sense.
The way we are based on our experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why people that lived a good life or like they just don't know. Sometimes they're more in trouble than somebody else
Definitely.
that's been through some stuff.
My grandma used to always say, if you don't go through shit, you ain't gonna never be shit. Don't wait till you
Mm,
get older to try to figure things out. Figure it out now. Might as well go through it now. And I'm happy my grandmother, brought me up the way she did. She always put me around males. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Mr. Jesse. I used to go fishing and hunting with him. Um, all my cousins. I played sports, so I was always around men. When I was in Pennsylvania, I was around my dad. But even when I moved up here, I didn't have a lot of positive male role models when I moved up here. My stepdad, it was I ain't gonna say nothing negative about that man, but he just he his family, the people he knew was like really in the street. Like his uncle was a pimp, like a real pimp, like with a mansion and everything, with a prowler and everything. His uncle was like, I'm talking about you 14, 15, you going there. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen, you know. Nephew, you want this, you want that? Yeah, go ahead, go hook my nephew up. Like what? Real pimp, like I'm telling you. But and then it was like I was around like some. I had I had an uncle. I said like this. he he was a Marine, right? He was in Vietnam. I mean, not Vietnam. He was in Desert Storm, and he was the type of person. If he did something to you, he'd go home and play with his kids and won't think twice about it. Won't bother him at all. Won't bother him. I remember he showed me how to break down the 9mm, right? And I'm like, why is it hot? Like I'm laughing, like, why is it hot? He was like, oh, because we about to get rid of it. I'm like, oh, so he showed me how to break it down and get rid of all the different parts. You never put one piece next to another piece. You always make sure. Um, so I grew up like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like that. But I say this, like my football coach, my baseball coach, my chess coach, my debate coach, those were positive male role models for me when I was growing up. Yeah, that always gave me hope, you know. And then like I can talk to my dad. My dad was in Pennsylvania, so I can talk to him anytime I wanted to. But it's like he not here, so he can't really protect me from none of this stuff up here. I gotta protect myself. That's how I was thinking. And then it's like when you put in a position to survive, I was thriving at it, if that makes sense. At first I was just doing what I need to do to survive, and then I began to thrive in it.
I
Like
think
if you
that's
go,
worse, no?
yeah,
Because when you're thriving, then it's harder to step away.
yeah, that's all that you become it, you know. And that's what it was. Like, and I was trying to find ways to incorporate that life with a regular life, and you can't do it. And like when you get them reality checks, right? You get those reality checks. Everything is fun long as ain't nothing bad happening, right? And then you had a friend, man, real close, and I got into this fight, beat the living crap out of this dude. And the dude went home, told his family, and we walking home from school, and all you hear is bah. You hear the first one, you just run. You don't even. I'm not even looking where they came from. And you hear bah 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 bah. Like it was like 6, 7 shots. And then I heard the car, like it went past me and turned the corner. So I'm looking, and I look back, and my homie is like a half a block behind me. So I run back, and it's like he gone. He gone.
Just like that.
He ain't even did nothing, man. He ain't even did nothing.
Oh, like they were after you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you gotta live with that.
Right.
You gotta eat
That's
that.
when we were talking about the guilt,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
I'm a kid, man. They ain't do nothing but piss me off. So I got wilder. That made me wilder.
Yeah, it fueled the fire.
Yeah. Wasn't nobody there to tell me nothing different. Wasn't nobody there to tell me nothing different.
Yeah, sometimes you're just there.
And you get older and you start thinking, you got kids, man. I'm gonna prevent my son from going through that. Put him in a good neighborhood. That don't mean
That's what I
nothing.
was gonna say. But really it does, I mean, no, but the chances are better
The
when you're in
chances,
a
you
good
better that's all you can do is
yeah.
better the chances. But see, I lived in a good neighborhood. At the time, the neighborhood we was in wasn't a hood. It was 2 sheriffs, a doctor, and a firefighter stayed on my block. The hood wasn't the where I went to. Now this is the crazy thing. Detroit have pockets, right? So the area that I stayed in at that time, it was called the Morningside. Um, it was Morningside community, right? So it was a pocket of probably 16 blocks. nice colonial brick homes. Right, I forgot how big our house was, but we had 2.5 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms. We had a den, a living room, a kitchen, a basement with 1, 2, 3. It's like 4 rooms in the basement, like divided room, finished. Everything is beautiful. We had a storage room. We had a cold room. Right, house is beautiful. House is beautiful. The master bedroom had a balcony out on the back. Upstairs balcony. You know,
So what? Did you bring the hood to the
no,
neighborhood?
no. Now check this out. So where I stayed at was, that was the morning side. So it consists of like maybe 16 blocks. The neighborhood school was outside of that 16 blocks. So the middle school I went to was outside of that. And that was my district that I had to go. I didn't go to private
Oh,
school, so
okay.
with the public
It,
school.
it was
After
the
that
school that
incident,
belonged to like your address.
yeah.
Like
After that,
maybe a block over would have been a different school.
I had to be so after that incident happened, my mother, I probably don't post was I don't know, is this statute of limitations for faking your address? Anyway, so we act like I stayed with my aunt after that. And they was in a more nice area, right? But in a matter of 10 years, all that shit was fucked up. In a matter of 10 years.
You mean the neighborhood was
The
turned?
whole fucking area.
Why
It
do you
was
think it
like,
turned?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, this is when I start noticing the neighborhood turn. A lot of the people start renting their homes out at Section 8. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what happened. Like, especially on my block.
It still
It,
happens. That still happens today.
yeah, it's like it's a difference when people own stuff than when people rent stuff. People tend to take care of things better when they own it. And then it wasn't all the Section 8 people, but a lot of
Just
them,
just
and we didn't
enough.
have drugs, we didn't have no spots in our neighborhood, man, because my mom owned the home. So even after I moved out, went and did my thing, came back, and I'm like, oh shit, this look like baby Vietnam. Like it was houses missing off the block. I'm like, damn, what happened to that house? Oh, that house got burned down. This house got burned down. That house, oh, what happened to the old man, the firefighter? Oh, well, he rented his house out to these guys, and these guys was making meth, and the house blew up. Like what? Like damn, how long I been going? Like
But
this
it
is
happens, and then but
wow.
people say, "Oh, and like don't be prejudiced or don't be racist," or but that does happen.
Yeah, man.
As
I'm
soon
being
as you
honest.
put low income
Yeah,
apartments or housing, all of a sudden the crime goes up. It just does.
man, that block was beautiful, man. When we first moved on there, because we came from the hood. When we moved there, we came from the hood. Like the house when we first moved up here, the house we lived in, it was a nice house. The whole upstairs was burnt, so nobody. It was 2 bedrooms up there, but the whole upstairs was burnt out, and they was fixing on it. And but me and my sisters had our own room, and my mom was traveling back and forth to Pennsylvania working. She had just became a nurse, and she couldn't find a nursing job up here, and she like I got to make money, so she was traveling back and forth, and yeah, then I got
Sometimes
hit in the
that's when you have to
buttocks.
move.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's
but
time to
that's she.
move.
You know what? And not making no excuses. And I asked her. I said, she trusted her husband. My stepdad at the time, he was like 8 years older than my mama. My mama was young. She was like 24, so she trusted him. And then after I got hit in the buttocks, she sent me back to Pennsylvania for like almost a year until she found, the house where I was just talking about. And it was a nice neighborhood. I remember the fire. This I knew he was a firefighter. I didn't know. Um, when it snowed, that was money. Like, oh, you gonna knock on the door? Hey, can I shovel your snow? And the lady was like, yeah, my husband hurt his back. If you don't mind, can you? She said, how much you charge? I said, just give me what you want done, the front, the back. Yeah, give me $10. That was a lot of money back then, too. So shoveled the snow. She was like, you want to come in? I'm like, no, I ain't coming in there. She was like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna give you some hot chocolate. I got to get some change. And I'm like, okay. So came in, she gave me some hot chocolate. She ended up giving me 20. I'm like, oh, thank you. She's like, yeah, my husband is a firefighter. He um, slid down a ladder and messed his back up. And I'm so happy you came over. I said, oh, I can do your snow all the time. Just for $10 though. I said, I ain't gonna do it no more if you give me 20. Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna give you 20. You gonna come do it every time. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's how I met them. So they was real cool people. It
But
was
what happened to
Irish
them?
too. They moved out that neighborhood.
Oh, they
They moved.
moved, but they
I don't
kept the
even.
house and
Yeah,
rented
they
it.
was renting the house, and they rented the house to somebody. I didn't even see the people they rented it to. All this happened in the midst of me, moving away. But rented the house. I think my mom said next time she on here, I'm gonna ask. I think they was in the house for probably about maybe 2 or 3 months, and boom, they had some type of lab. I don't even know if meth was around then, to be honest with you. But they was cooking something. They literally say he was cooking something in the basement and ended up blowing the house up. They had a beautiful house too. All them houses over there was beautiful. We had one of the biggest though, because our attic even had like a room in it.
Yeah, that was a big
Yeah,
house.
yeah, we had one of the big. It was a colonial. It was beautiful. It had the wind out windows.
Like window shutters, or what do you mean?
No, the ones you had to turn the crank and the window open when you crank it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, the old windows.
yeah. The ones was dope. We had to get the bottom ones replaced, but all the top windows was good. With the bottom ones,
Actually, like the new windows, if you get new windows, like those are the more expensive ones. The ones
yeah,
that open like that.
yeah.
But the old ones like that, yeah, kind of hard to turn. They're like, you gotta oil them. And
Well, we had a milk door where back in the day they just gonna put the milk in the chute. We had a cold chute.
oh, that's funny. I've never seen that. I've
Yeah,
seen the houses that have the laundry chute.
yeah. I got one in this house in the bathroom, thrown down. Yeah, but that house had we had to bolt because people, when the neighborhood got bad, people start breaking in people's houses through the milk chute. Like people squeezing through that little box to get in people's houses and through the cold chute. But you go through our cold chute, you gonna be locked in the basement. That door had a triple lock on it. That's where my stepdad used to keep some of his toys at. So that mother had a triple lock on it. You can get in there, but you ain't getting out.
Yeah, well, some neighborhoods, even like the newer neighborhoods, I think they have to have like a certain amount of like affordable housing.
Yeah.
And so they'll build affordable housing, and then stuff starts happening. And then all the kids are going to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think, your kids have a better chance if the better the neighborhood, the nicer the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Like where we live at now, is actually I like it because it's diverse, but I want to move. Like we on 12 Mile, um, like close to like 12 Mile. I want to move back to like 20 Mile.
I
Uh,
don't know what that means, but
the
okay.
higher the mile, the more expensive it is. Like we used to stay
The
on
higher
twenty
the
mile,
mile.
but yeah, like you heard the 8 Mile where Eminem from.
Yeah. Does that
Yeah.
mean that's the miles that it's away from homes,
Well,
or?
no. So the main streets they call them. We got 7 Mile. We'll start from actually. I guess you can go down. The lowest I seen was 2 Mile, but like in Detroit, start from. They don't call it 5 Mile, but 6 Mile and Nichols, and they go from 6 Mile to 8 Mile. After you cross 8 Mile, you out of Detroit, and then it's just each mile you go up.
So Eminem's like he's from Michigan.
No,
I
he
think you
actually
told
from
me.
Kentucky.
Oh,
He
okay.
moved to
Because I
Michigan.
remember you saying something about Eminem. I think
Yeah,
his mom passed away. I think I
yeah,
read a headline. His
yeah.
mom
His
passed
mom just
away.
passed away. She had cancer.
Mm.
But yeah, Eminem. He was born in Kentucky, but I think they moved up here. But he wasn't even. He used to come across 8 Mile because, like I said, once you on 8 Mile, but the trailer parks he stayed at, I think those was on like 9 or 10 Mile. Um, I don't even think he was by 8 Mile, but he used to hang out with people over on the other side of 8 Mile. As he used to hang out with the people, so he didn't like living even in Detroit. And what city is that? Hmm. I gotta ask my wife. That area, I don't even know what city that is, but it's not Detroit. He used to hang out in Detroit.
Well, YouTube and social media, it's like neighborhoods.
Yeah,
You got to move around to a different neighborhood sometimes.
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
there was this one lady in the chat. She said something about like how I can't remember what she said, and I said there's other channels, there's other content, and then I gave her some suggestions. I never saw that lady again in the chats. So she must have moved to a different neighborhood.
Man, I sit back and think about some of the people, like when I first started, who used to be in the chat. I cannot remember this lady's name, but I'm the type of person like somebody want to vent and say how they feel about you know and I know she was drunk, but she was cool. She used to come over and chill. She was she got drunk one night and she was joking, but man, one of the girls that like lit into her, I'm like, that was too harsh. The lady was crying, never came back. And I know she
On
was
social
having
media? You're talking about
on,
here?
on she used to come in here all the time.
Oh.
Leah Leia or something. I know she was when she started at
Mm.
Nate channel and she heard me
Some
speaking
people.
on the platform and she came over and had a conversation when she was going through something and I kind of talked her through it without knowing what she was going through and she just kept coming back and then one night she just got drunk and she was joking but it's like she had a morbid sense of humor. So one of the girls didn't
Mm.
like how she was speaking, so she got on the panel and
They took
lit her up.
offense.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
Some
you
people will
remember?
change their name, like, or they'll change their account. They'll come back as someone else sometimes.
I want to know. I just be thinking about people like that because, like, at the when I started this at the beginning, it used to be a whole bunch of people going through stuff, and some way they found my channel and just having conversations to help them. I missed that. You know, I wanted to go back to like that, like just random people finding my channel. And just having a conversation. And that conversation end up helping them. That's
Yeah, there's people that don't come back though. There's people that I really like your channel. This, I like the talk, the discussion, and then some. You don't. Maybe they're watching in the bushes.
yeah, because it's some people who they don't type in the chat, but they like email me. I get probably about 4 emails consistently. It's 4 people who I don't know if they in the bushes watching or if they watch it the next day, but I know I get at least 4 emails at least 2 to 3 times a week from 4 different people just telling me, they don't even comment on the video. One person don't have an account though. She says she's not getting an account, but she can still watch my videos. Like she do
Yeah,
that for her son. That's consistently.
they
Her
can
son,
watch, but they can't
yeah,
comment.
yeah, like her son watches. She let her son listen to the show. So like if I put like open panel or she won't. I told her don't listen to those shows. But when I have a subject, those be the ones. Because I didn't know. She was just telling me at the beginning, the show helping her son because he lost his father when he was young. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then later on, she told me he was autistic. And she was like, he really understand you. She said, I don't understand half of the stuff you say, but he do. He enjoyed it. So for 2 years now, um, so sometimes when you hear me say, this was a topic someone chose or wanted me to talk about, 9 times out of 10 is her and her son.
That's
Well, I know
cool.
that, yeah.
Shout out to you, whoever you are. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's dope. I know I get that one view. So, like you and Gary, I know I get those views. Yeah, I was looking at my views and I'm like, and I just smiled. And I'm like, I remember trying to get, I was getting like 12 views, trying to get 50. That was the short term goal. And then, got into the hundreds and 200s, and now I'm back down to 40. And it just reminded me, like, I'm on the right path.
Yeah,
Because I
YouTube
was
is
on the
hard.
wrong path. Yeah, no, a lot of it was me. A lot of it was me. Just, um, I get off track. Start trying to entertain instead of do what I came to do.
But they
Start
do
trying
say
to.
YouTube is one of the hardest platforms
It
to
is.
grow.
It is. Because people on YouTube is stingy with the likes and all that. I know I am. Sometimes I be having to go back like, damn, I ain't like that video. But I didn't think like that till I became a content creator. I ain't never liked nothing. I just listen to it and keep it moving.
Right. Yeah, you forget or you just keep it moving. Yeah.
I just keep it moving. Like, let me something wrong with you. We know, coach. I'm reading Gary in the chat. Man, look, I try to be authentic though, man. Look, I ain't got it all figured out, but what I'm talking about, I got that part figured out, right? I'm not gonna come on here and try to act like I'm better than anybody, but I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do better than most. I am gonna do better than most. I am a normal person. I am a husband. I am a father. I'm a son. I've been through a lot of crap in life and I learned a lot, and I'm just coming to share some of that with y'all. I can't tell you it's gonna work for you because I can't do the work for you. If I can do the work, I can guarantee you what I say will work for you, but I can't do it. So the only thing I can do is share the information and the ideology and the methodology of how to do it. And after that, it's on you. That's all I can do.
Have you
People
heard
be,
anything more? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, you good.
No, I was gonna say, have you heard anything more about the DoorDash lady?
You know what? Ain't nothing been popping up on my phone, but I ain't really been on YouTube like that. But no, I ain't seen, last thing I seen, it was this one dude, I don't know, man. People weird. One day he like, defending her, and the next day he going at it, and the next day he defend. I'm like, man, what is going on? I'm gonna call it down the middle. Like, no, that's weird, bro. That ain't calling it down the middle. That's being weird. Like a catfish out of
He
water.
playing devil's advocate, then not, then yes.
Yeah. I'm looking like,
Sounds
nah,
like content.
yeah. That's the thing, man. You can get an average person on here, and then they can be, if they get the likes and views, they can become famous. They can be social media. I don't know. I don't even know. If people knew what came with fame, they wouldn't want it. I'm trying to find a way to get rich without getting famous. Tell me
Well,
that
yeah,
fun.
because sometimes it changes people. Like you were saying, like how you were starting to do things different. Like
Mhm.
sometimes the viewers will change you. The
I ain't gonna lie.
platform.
I got fun. I had fun with the entertainment part, just entertaining. But then I'm looking like this. But it's like, okay, yeah, I can entertain and have fun. But then when I get into my bag, ain't nobody here. And then I'm thinking like, well, I don't want to have fun. Because having fun pushed the people away who was here for the message. You know what I'm saying? Who was actually benefiting from the conversations we was having. The entertainment part, because that brought a different crowd in. You know, that crowd was kind of rowdy.
You got to pick one.
Yeah, and I did. I'm straight. I'd be born. Yeah, I'd rather be born. I'd rather have the classroom size than the theater size. You know, I don't really want the attention anyway. I just want if I can just get the views, I'd be happy. Just give me the views.
You think though, like the more people focus on like the views, like I don't know, it's detrimental to their mind.
I think it's about what you what you willing to do for the views. You know, because it's been times where I could have justified bad behavior by saying I'm defending myself, but I still didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I could have did what I wanted. Well, I ain't gonna say what I wanted to do, but I could have got the views with drama and still
Yeah,
justified it by saying I'm defending myself. But even in that
definitely.
sense, I still wouldn't do it. Like I still didn't do
You could definitely go that route for sure, which a lot of people do.
it. Yeah, but I'm not.
Because there's always going to be something to defend yourself about
Oh,
on
definitely.
here.
I got man, is I got sent a video last week. Like I don't even know this person, bro. Fuck is you? Like I ain't never seen you in my life. I never interacted with you. But that's
And they made a video
yep.
and like a private personal video they sent you.
Nah, it ain't private. It's online.
Oh, it's okay. It's like it's on their channel type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Somebody else seen it and sent it, and then I'm looking like, damn, how did you find this? And that's what people don't mind. People, nothing. Let me be quiet.
So there's people out there talking about the word on their channel. That means they're watching then. You got to watch to
90
talk about someone.
subscribers. 90 subscribers. No,
Yeah, I've seen channels grow like like that with the
and you ain't
going
gonna
back
blow
and
up.
forth.
And you ain't gonna blow up talking about me because don't nobody fuck with. Nobody know me. You wasting your time talking about me. Yeah, I guess they practicing.
They're
When they get a big
practicing.
right. So when they get a big fish, when they get a big content creator, I'm like, what you
But
gonna
I'm
say
saying
about?
like if you start talking about it, then you'll start getting more people in here just like you said.
Oh
All of
yeah.
a sudden you get people in here you never saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you saw before but they were lost for a little while and all of a sudden I don't know how that happens. The minute trash talking starts, all of a sudden people start coming in like how do they know?
Right.
YouTube knows and like sends you out on the algorithm. Like I don't know how that happened, but it
I
does.
know. Like that one man. That one day I said the final. What did I title that show? The final rebuttal. Man, I had like 50 people in here. I'm like, I ain't never had that many people in my chat.
See, I just wanted to test it, like one time test it. Like let's have a fake fight, and then let's see what happens. Let's see if people start coming in, just fake fighting, and see just to prove a point.
I'm
That
gonna do that
somehow.
for New Year's. Like I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna,
Yeah, we all get up here and then we just start arguing with each other.
we
No,
start
but then
talking
that
about
might turn real.
uh, we just start talking about an imaginary beef we had with somebody that we don't even know,
Yeah.
and see how long people stay. And then at the 2 hour mark, be like, I was just fucking with y'all, right?
You know what I
Oh man.
noticed? Have you seen those channels that have stories like it's their stories, but they're fake stories, and they have like 300,000 views, 40,000 views, whatever it is, like tons of views, but they're fake stories. They're not even real life. And then there's like people commenting in the chat or in the comment section. I'm like, bro, this is fake. Like, but people like to hear stories.
You know, my wife told me to do that. She told me to create a channel and just tell stories.
Yeah,
I'm
do
like, I
it.
can't. I was like, I can't tell stories. I'm gonna incriminate people. She said, no, just make fake stories. People don't
Fake
care if they're
stories.
fake or real. And I'm like, oh, that would be dope. And then, I mean, with everything now with the AI script, I don't
Mm-hmm.
even got to like record it. I can just type it and just have the AI read it.
They put AI images. I've seen it. They put AI images. You just kind of flip through them as they're telling the story. I wanted to tell Tay that she should do storytelling when she's doing her mukbangs, even if it's not real. I mean, and people can know that it's not real, but people are interested
Oh,
in stories, even fake stories. And the thing is that even though they're fake stories, I mean, really, somewhere, somehow it's happened. Those fake stories have
mm-hmm.
happened in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Some people tweak the stories. Like I seen one where it was similar to a real story, but they changed it a little bit. They changed it, but that was a real story about a police officer having an affair, or you can't call it an affair because the girl was young. She was like 16 years old in one of those you know those
Mm.
academies in high school, or what are they called? Like, anyways,
Was that down in
that was
Florida?
I don't remember, but it was a real story, and there's actually a couple of them that I've seen, real stories. Um, but this one, the fake story channel, had a similar story, but they changed it up a little bit. They changed the names. They changed up a little bit of the story, but they had a ton of views, ton of
Mm.
comments. Hmm.
Man, I
It's a good
won't never
idea
have to go live again. I wonder how quick that channel will get monetized.
because I think you have the voice for it. Like I've been told, I have the voice for it to tell like
You
nighttime
that you have the
stories.
voice for it. Yeah, you have the voice for it. I got an annoying voice. I got that
No,
voice.
you have the voice for it.
Nah, I
Because
got
think
that
about it.
voice.
Nighttime stories. You can say it's nighttime stories.
Mm.
People do that. They fall asleep to nighttime stories.
I'm about to wipe this whole channel and call it Nighttime Stories. Hey, you,
Stories of
hey.
the crypt.
Tales from the Crib. They got that. No, the crib, not Tales from the Crypt. The crib.
But you're right with the chat. What is it? The GPT chat and stuff. Like you could just tell them, they'll create a whole story for you, and then you just read it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know with your site about how difficult it is to like
Oh,
read
I wouldn't be
through
reading shit. I'd put that shit right in the AI. Let the AI read it.
the AI voice.
Uh huh. I have some Scotland dude reading it. Some Scottish dude.
I hate it
Well,
sometimes though when the AI voice doesn't pronounce certain words correctly. You know it's the AI.
yeah.
Like I'm thinking it's a person, and then when I hear that one word, couple words, I'm like, oh, it's AI. I wonder if you can use your voice, and because I'm pretty sure there's an app somewhere where you can use your
Yeah.
voice. They do that with like celebrity voices.
I already got that for that.
There you go. So it could be your voice telling the story. How hard do you think that would be?
Not hard at all. Because the app, I mean, the app I got already, it sound like me, but it don't sound like me. I'll probably play something on here one day. It sound like me, but then it don't. Like when you say certain words, like when they say "what up, though," it'd be like "what up, though." Like, no, I don't say it like that. No, it pronounces each like the syllables and shit. That I don't. That's why I
Hmm.
don't like about it. But I didn't even. I just bought the app, and then it was one of the functions, and I was playing with. But I bought it to read scripts though, because I was thinking about making short videos and just have the AI read it,
Yeah,
trying to maximize my time. Mm.
that would be cool. I don't know how hard it is to grow, but some of those channels, I'll go back to see how long they've been around, and like some of them have only been around 2 years.
Yeah, it's one channel. I like. I know it'd be fictional stories, but I like listening to it. Like sometimes when I go to sleep. help me go to sleep. They be reading like different books and stuff, like little science fiction books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me get my butt off here. It's 2 o'clock.
All right. Good night, Nine. Good night,
I,
chat.
I appreciate you now for coming up here saving me. Yeah, I was
You're
feeling a
welcome.
little, I was getting a little choked up, thinking about pops.
Oh, it's sad.
Yeah,
Prayers to Pops.
and prayers to pops. Yeah, but we go. I'm gonna call Kalani tomorrow. Hopefully we tomorrow Thursday. We don't do it Thursday. We'll do it Friday. I just want to see if he can, because I believe he said pops was in hospice. If he in
Hopefully he
hospice,
pulls through. Hospice is not always what people think it is.
no, he. I mean, I ain't gonna say that, but
Well,
um,
sometimes people are on hospice for 5 years and then they get off of hospice after 6 months or a year. So hopefully he pulls through and gets better.
yeah, because I don't. I mean, only thing he told, only what he said in the chat was like his organs fell. So I don't even know what from. Like I don't have. I don't know. I have no information. He in Vegas. I actually got people in Vegas who can.
Well,
I don't
although
know.
sometimes like
I think he might be Vegas.
when you're on hospice though, sometimes they no longer treat you, right? They're only trying to keep the person
Keep
comfortable
you comfort.
sometimes.
Yeah, because I know after COVID, I don't know in other states, but after COVID in Michigan, the only time you can go into hospice if it was, uh, you know,
Yeah. Um, but I have heard of people, it depends on what it is, being
yeah,
able to still get some treatment um, and and still be in hospice. Depends on what it
and
is.
and it depends what kind of facility too. If you go into like a nursing home hospice, it's different from going into the hospital hospice. If you go in the hospice in the hospital, you will still get treated. I've seen people come out of, stage 4 cancer, still getting treatments while they're in hospice, and they live
Yes.
into this day. We had a
Yes. That's what I'm
coworker. I had a
saying.
coworker who she went to go get that lap band done.
Yeah.
When that lap band first came out. So while they was doing the surgery, they nicked her kidney. I mean, they nicked her bladder, and they got her through the surgery, but the urine was all in her like underbelly. So it started, urine is actually acidic, and if it get
Started eating
into,
away.
yeah, and yeah, so they gave her 6 months, and she ended up living 8 years.
Well, and then hospice can also be at home
8 years,
where
yeah, yeah. My mother-in-law was in hospice at our apartment. We had an apartment at the time she passed away, um, and I took care of her. Mm.
well, I don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully his organs pull it together.
Yeah, I was hoping Kalani called me today
We'll see what's
so I
going
can
on.
ask, yeah, see exactly what's going on. Because I mean, what he put in the chat, I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I was already feeling
Yeah.
some type of way, some other stuff, But then I seen that, like, no, man, damn,
Depends on what's going on, but he also it also depends on someone's support system too,
yeah,
and then how they're feeling. He's got to
yeah,
want to fight. He's got to want to, do you know what I mean? Because there's
yeah,
people that sometimes they just want to give up because they're feeling so bad. And then depends his support system.
yeah. But just being in the medical field for so long, I always tell people, don't let me suffer. You know, don't let me suffer. Let me go. It's time to go. It's time to go. You know.
Yeah, that's why sometimes too the way I look at it is sometimes they're in a better place than we are because we're still on Earth.
Yeah, we still here suffering, and they ain't got to deal with this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So there's peace in that part.
Yeah.
But all right, 9.
All right, Nine. Appreciate you.
See what you can find out. Good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
I tried to let him call me. Now I'm gonna call his ass tomorrow. Kalani, I'm calling you. I know you're in the bushes somewhere. I'll be calling your ass tomorrow, boy.
Whoever's listening to this on replay, pray. If you don't pray, at least get good thoughts, good vibes
Yeah,
for Papa Will.
speak positive words for Papa Will. We are the miracles, Our energy can do a lot of healing, man.
All right, 9. Good night.
All right, now. Now I appreciate y'all rocking out with us tonight. I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to KY. Hey, we'll get Papa Will his flowers, man. Flowers are for the living, and Papa Will's still here, so we gonna give Papa Will his flowers. Rest in peace to Lady DJ. Another content creator. But yeah, life is short, man. So make the most of it while you're here. All that fighting and bickering shit, man. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. And if you can't, if the shit is around you, you get it from around it. But that's all I got. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we's out.